somebody else. I gave my life to the Lord, so I'm trying my hardest up there to behave, I'm trying to represent holy hands, you hear me? But Coach Calvin, thank you. He made killers, so it's okay. Just yeah. Yeah, Jesus still flip tables, I'm just honored to be here. This is cool. This is dope. Can't wait to keep taking it to the next level. Shout out to the fighters out there. Shout out to Javante Davis. Keep him in prayers. Yeah, I'm excited.
The moment Chrisean Rock hit that live stream button, nobody was prepared for what was about to unfold, because within seconds, what looked like another late-night rant turned into a full-blown emotional detonation that sent shockwaves across the entire internet. Her voice was shaking, her eyes looked like she hadn't slept in days, and the energy. It felt like something way bigger was about to explode, but here's where it gets. It's terrifying. Right in the middle of her breakdown. While thousands were watching live, one name started flooding the comments: Claressa Shields. At first, Chrisean tried to ignore it. You could see her glance at the screen, hesitate, then laugh it off like it was nothing. But that tension, it kept building. The kind of silence that feels loud, the kind that makes your stomach drop because you know something is coming. And then, it happened. She froze mid-sentence. Her expression changed instantly, and without warning, she whispered, "So that's what we're doing now." That's when everything spiraled. Because within seconds, alleged leaked messages began surfacing online. Messages that looked like they came straight from a private conversation no one was ever supposed to. See, threats, accusations, words that felt way too personal to be fake. One message in particular had everyone losing it. "You pushed me too far." Now watch what happens next. The chat went insane. Fans started screen recording everything, reposting clips, breaking down every word like it was evidence in a courtroom. TikTok exploded. Twitter turned into a war zone. And right in the center of it all, Chrisean visibly unraveling in real time. But the real twist, a second clip dropped just minutes later. Blurry, shaky, clearly recorded in secret. Two voices arguing in the background. One emotional. One calmed out, one losing control. One completely unbothered, and fans are convinced that second voice belongs to Claressa. "You don't want this," the voice says, cold and steady. And just like that, the entire narrative flipped. Because now, this wasn't just a meltdown. This was a confrontation, a warning, a situation that had clearly been building behind the scenes, and whatever finally triggered it was big enough to push everything into chaos. And the scariest part? This might only be the beginning. The chaos didn't slow down after that live stream. It multiplied within minutes of Chrisean Rock ending her stream. Clips of her breakdown were already everywhere. Slowed down, zoomed in, reposted with captions like, "She knows something," and "This isn't just drama." People weren't just watching anymore, they were investigating. And then the first real bomb dropped. A thread appeared online from an anonymous account claiming to have direct knowledge of what really happened between Chrisean and Claressa Shields. At first, people brushed it off. Another clout chaser. Another fake insider. Until they started posting receipts, screenshots, voice notes, time-stamped messages that looked way too detailed to be random. According to the thread, this entire situation didn't start recently. It had been quietly building for weeks after a private industry event where both women allegedly crossed paths. They were cool at first, the source wrote, laughing, talking, but something shifted. And when it did, it got tense fast. That's when the narrative took a darker turn, because the next set of leaks suggested that Chrisean overheard something. She was never supposed to hear a conversation that allegedly involved Claressa speaking on her name behind closed doors. Not casual gossip. Not playful shade. Something personal. Something that cut deep. And Chrisean didn't confront it right away. According to the insider, she waited, watched, listened, until she had enough. Then came the messages. A new batch of screenshots surfaced, this time showing what looked like a direct exchange between the two. The tone, ice cold. You smiling in my face but moving weird? One message read. The reply came seconds later. I don't move weird. I move smart. That line alone sent fans into a frenzy. Because now, people weren't guessing anymore. They were picking sides. Some believed Chrisean was finally exposing someone who had been playing both sides behind the scenes. Others believed Claressa was being dragged into unnecessary chaos, staying calm while someone else spiraled publicly. But then things got even messier, because a voice recording leaked. And this one. It hit different, no music, no edits. Just raw audio, a heated argument. Two voices going back and forth, overlapping, cutting each other off. One clearly emotional. The other controlled, almost too controlled. You think I won't say it? The emotional voice snapped. Say it, the other replied. But be ready for what comes after. That sentence alone flipped the entire situation. Because it didn't sound like fear. It sounded like a warning. And suddenly, the internet wasn't just entertained, it was uneasy. What exactly was being threatened? What was Chrisean holding back? And why did it feel like Claressa wasn't worried at all? Then came the social media explosion. Celebrities started reacting, not directly, but just enough to add fuel to the fire. Subtle tweets, cryptic posts, sides in interviews. Everyone acting like they knew something. But nobody's saying it outright. Fans noticed everything. One tweet in particular went viral. Some people don't crash out for no reason. Pay attention. That single line added a whole new layer to the situation, because now people weren't just watching Chrisean's meltdown. They were questioning what pushed her there. And then the second live stream happened. No warning. No build-up. Just a notification that she was live again. This time, the energy was different. Quieter, but somehow more intense. Chrisean sat there staring into the camera for a few seconds without speaking. The comments flooded instantly. People begging for answers, demanding explanations. And when she finally spoke, it sent chills through everyone watching. They really thought I wasn't gonna say nothing. Her voice was low, controlled. But there was something underneath it, something boiling. I stayed quiet out of respect, she continued. But respect ain't being returned. Then she paused, looked directly into the camera, and said something that instantly went viral. I got the real messages, not the ones y'all seeing. Chat exploded. Because if what had already leaked was only part of the story, what was being hidden before anyone could process it? She reached off screen like she was grabbing her phone. I wasn't even going to do this, she said. But now, I don't care. For a split second, it looked like she was about to show something big, something real. But then, the screen froze, the live stream cut out. Just like that. No explanation, no reveal. And within seconds, the internet went into full meltdown mode. Was it a glitch? Did someone cut her off? Or did she stop herself at the last second? Speculation went wild. Some claimed she was being silenced. Others said it was all a stunt. But then a new twist dropped that changed everything. Again, because Claressa finally broke her silence. Not with a rant. Not with a video. Just one post. Clean. Short, sharp, y'all. Believe anything until it's time to face facts. Was it? But the timing? It felt intentional, calculated, like she knew exactly what was happening, and wasn't worried in the slightest. And that's when people started noticing something even more unsettling. Claressa wasn't reacting like someone caught in drama. She was reacting like someone who already knew how it was going to end. Which raised one terrifying question. What does she know that everyone else doesn't? Because behind the scenes, whispers were getting louder. More insiders. More leaks. More claims that this situation wasn't just about hurt feelings or social media beef. It was about something deeper, something hidden, something that hadn't fully come out yet. And just when it felt like things couldn't get more intense, they did, because a final leak surfaced late that night. One that people are still trying to make sense of. A screenshot blurry, cropped. A screenshot blurry, cropped. But readable enough to cause chaos. One line. Just one, if she talks. Everything comes out. Okay, no names attached, no context, but the timing. Too perfect to ignore. And suddenly, the entire internet went quiet. Because for the first time since this started, this didn't feel like entertainment anymore. It felt like a warning. And if that message is real, then whatever Chrisean was about to show before that live stream cut might be the one thing someone is desperate to keep hidden. The night after the leaks, the internet was still reeling. Fans weren't just watching the story unfold, they were living it. Refreshing timelines, replaying every clip, dissecting every word. And then, just when people thought they had a handle on the chaos, it erupted again. Chrisean Rock went live. Again, but this time, the energy was different. She wasn't yelling, she wasn't frantic. She was deliberate, calculated, and the tension in her gaze was almost unbearable. They think I'm weak. She said, her voice low but slicing through the silence like a blade. They think I won't expose what's really happening behind the scenes. But y'all about to see. And then came the first bombshell. Alleged insider leaks started appearing across social media, screenshots of private conversations, voice notes, and even a supposedly deleted DM chain between Chrisean and Claressa Shields. In one shocking screenshot, Claressa allegedly typed, "Keep your mouth shut or everyone finds out." The reaction was immediate. Fans erupted into chaos. Twitter threads exploded with speculation. TikTok clips were cut, remixed, shared millions of times, and Instagram stories screamed for attention. The sheer volume of messages made it impossible to separate truth from rumor. But everyone agreed on one thing. The stakes were higher than anyone had imagined. Then, the drama turned explosive. A grainy, shaky video leaked allegedly from a private event where both women were present. Chrisean could be seen confronting someone off camera, her voice rising over the din. "You think I won't call you out? Think again." And just as she reached the climax of her meltdown, the other voice school measured unmistakably. Claressa cut in, "Do what you gotta do. Just know the fallout's coming." Fans went insane. Every clip, every whisper, every social media post was dissected endlessly. Is she threatening her? One fan asked, "Is this staged?" Another countered. But the tension was real, and it was electrifying. As the night deepened, more leaked conversations surfaced. One alleged DM from Chrisean read, "They're lying about me. I have receipts, and I'm not scared to drop them." And the reply, supposedly from Claressa, "Do it. But remember, some things can't be undone." The web of betrayal and tension only thickened. According to another alleged insider, there had been a private confrontation days before, off camera, where Chrisean accused Claressa of manipulating events behind her back. Witnesses claimed Claressa stayed calm, almost eerily composed, letting Chrisean spiral publicly while keeping the upper hand. Then came another shocking revelation. A supposed leaked voice memo appeared, allegedly recorded by someone in the room. Chrisean's voice cracked. "I trusted people. I confided in people. And now everything's twisted against me." The recording ended abruptly, leaving listeners hanging, hearts pounding. Social media frenzy reached a fever pitch. Fans created hashtags, forums exploded, celebrities started weighing in indirectly, and Twitter war zones erupted. Every new post added fuel to the fire, escalating the drama beyond anyone's control. And then, just as it seemed the story couldn't get more volatile, an alleged private chat among mutual acquaintances leaked. One chilling line read, "Let them burn each other out." The aftermath will be entertaining. Implication was clear. This wasn't just a fadit, was orchestrated chaos. Calculated and manipulative, with players pulling strings in the shadows. Chrisean, however, wasn't backing down. In her latest post, she claimed to have proof videos, messages, and recordings that had never been seen publicly. "When I drop it, it's over for a lot of people," she warned. Fans were left in suspense. Who would be exposed? What truths were being hidden? And would Claressa Shields remain calm? Or was this a battle that had only just begun? The night ended with one final twist. A cryptic anonymous message circulating online. One line, one warning. If she talks, everything comes out. No sender, no context, just a threat. A promise. And a digital cliffhanger that left the entire internet holding its breath. Every moment since has been a countdown. It's an anxious wait for the next bombshell to drop. Because in the world of Chrisean Rock and Claressa Shields, nothing is ever just drama. It's a ticking time bomb of betrayal, leaks, and emotional explosions, and everyone watching knows. The next explosion is going to change everything. The tension is unbearable. The story is still unfolding. And one thing is certain. No one can look away now. Fans are watching. Waiting, speculating, and debating. Non-stopping, you have to be part of it. Hit like if your heart is racing from this chaos. Comment your thoughts, theories, and reactions, because every message could hold a clue. And subscribe immediately, because the next update could drop at any second, and missing it, that's not an option. This story is far from over. You've been on the edge of your seat through every twist, every leak, and every meltdown. Now it's time to take action. This isn't just gossip you can scroll past. This is the kind of explosive story that could change everything you thought you knew about Chrisean Rock and Claressa Shields. Every screenshot, every voice memo, every cryptic message is a piece of a puzzle that's still unraveling in real time. If you're not paying attention, you'll miss the moment the next bombshell drops. Don't just watch, engage. Hit that like button right now to show you're tuned in, because this story thrives on attention. Drop your theories in the comments. Who do you think is pulling the strings? Who's really behind the chaos? Every comment counts, every discussion matters. And you could be the first to spot the next piece of the puzzle, and don't even think about missing the next update. Subscribe immediately. Turn on notifications so you're the first to see the next shocking leak. It's the next meltdown, the next twist that could blow the internet apart. The truth is coming. It's raw, it's unfiltered, and it's unstoppably, and you don't want to be left behind when it drops. This is bigger than drama. This is a live, unfolding scandal, and if you blink, you'll miss the moment that changes everything. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay glued, because what happens next will shock you harder than anything you've ever seen. The countdown has begun, and you need to be here when it explodes. To be here when it explodes.